Let me ask you something most people likely never have. When was the last moment you genuinely cared for your penis? And no, I don't just mean cleaning it during a shower or adjusting your underwear. I mean truly nurturing this part of your body like you care for your teeth, your heart, or your joints. Here's the plain truth. For the majority of men, especially once they pass 60, penis health becomes a topic they neglect until trouble shows up, until there's irritation, reduced function, or a sense of detachment from the part of themselves that once made them feel deeply alive. But it doesn't have to be like that. As a urologist, I can say with full confidence, men who include their penis in their regular health routine are often the ones who remain energetic, sure of themselves, and linked to their vitality well into their 70s and even 80s. So if you're over 60, or even nearing it, this is the right time to tune in. Because your penis isn't only about intimacy, it reflects your circulation, your hormones, your day-to-day habits, and your emotional well-being. If you're a man over 50, or care about staying healthy, confident, and connected, pause for a moment. Hit subscribe and tap the notification bell so you never miss vital tips to keep your health and your manhood strong for years ahead. In this video, I'm going to guide you through a practical, gentle routine that every man past 60 can follow to protect the health, ability, and lasting function of his penis. We'll look into how your body adjusts after 60, what your penis needs to remain responsive and strong, and the everyday care habits that create a lasting difference, physically, emotionally, and even in your relationships. No gimmicks, no cringy language, just honest, research-supported guidance, shared with the respect every man is entitled to. By the conclusion of this video, you'll see why penis care isn't about vanity, it's about mature self-respect. And that quiet self-respect, it can enhance your rest, your self-esteem, and yes, even your closest relationship. Let's dive in. We'll begin with the larger context because that's where solid understanding begins. After the age of 50, your body gradually shifts into a different phase, one that's just as full of potential and meaning, but clearly distinct from your earlier years. This transition doesn't happen in a single moment. It arrives in slow, quiet waves. Subtle things begin to shift. And one of the first areas to feel this transformation, whether we discuss it openly or not, is our sexual health. Hormonal levels start to move. The most vital one for men, testosterone, begins to drop slowly over the years. And testosterone isn't only about libido or desire. It also influences energy, physical strength, mood, and yes, both the desire for and readiness for closeness. As testosterone falls, you might find that your reactions are slower or that mentally you're prepared, but your body takes longer to match. At the same time, circulation becomes less effective. The arteries and veins delivering oxygen-rich blood to each organ, including the penis, begin to narrow and stiffen a little with age. Your heart and vascular system must put in more effort to deliver what your tissues are asking for. Unfortunately, your penis is often one of the earliest areas to sense this decline. Why? Because it fully relies on healthy blood flow to operate properly. Then there's the shift in nerve responsiveness. The nerves responsible for arousal and sensation begin to respond more slowly. That once automatic connection between mind and body, that instant spark from a glance, a touch, or a thought, now requires more time, relaxation, or stimulation. It's not that the signal disappears, it just travels more slowly. This doesn't suggest anything is broken. It's totally natural. But it does suggest that your body's systems, your hormones, circulation and nerves need more mindful attention than they once did. Think of it this way. Just like your knees may feel a bit stiffer in the early hours, or your eyes struggle more with small print, or your muscles need longer to bounce back after activity, your penis is going through its personal version of aging. And just like every other part of your body, it still wants to work, but it can't do it on its own. It needs your care. Here's the issue. Most men either joke about these changes or ignore them entirely, brushing them off as just getting older, without ever stopping to ask what their body might truly require now. It's like seeing a blinking warning light on your car's dashboard, and instead of lifting the hood, just continuing to drive, hoping it fades. But your penis isn't punishing you or trying to shame you. It's simply communicating. It's sending gentle signs that it needs support, more movement, healthier circulation, less pressure, and a new kind of attention than it did before. When you respond to those signals with understanding, not annoyance, you offer your body a genuine chance to flourish, not merely endure. Because here's the truth. Men in their 60s, 70s and beyond can maintain strong erectile health and a healthy relationship with their bodies. But only when men stop pretending they're still 25 and begin truly caring for the body they're actually living in today. If you're still with me here, type 1 in the comments and hit the like button. It helps more men find this. And it all begins with one critical thing your penis simply can't thrive without: blood flow. Strong, steady, oxygen-rich blood keeps the tissue of your penis flexible, nourished, and responsive. It helps it remain warm, alive, and able to function properly for both urination and arousal. Without proper blood flow, nothing else works as it should. Here's where it gets complicated. The penis is often among the very first areas in your body to reflect signs of poor circulation, long before your heart shows any warning signs. You might feel a drop in firmness, delayed response, fewer morning occurrences, or reduced sensation. And those symptoms, they aren't random. They are early signs that blood flow isn't getting to where it needs to be. So if you're living with high blood pressure, raised cholesterol, or diabetes, if you spend most of your day seated, if you smoke, or if your diet lacks the nutrients that boost cardiovascular health, your penis is usually the first to take notice, even before you consciously do. And while that may feel frustrating, it's actually an opportunity. It gives you the chance to act early, make minor changes, and support your whole body, starting with the most sensitive, honest part of yourself. Your penis doesn't lie, and if you're willing to listen to it, it could help you live longer, feel better, and remain closely connected to your strength for years ahead. That's why one of the most important parts of your penis routine, so especially after 50, should include daily movement. And I don't just mean lifting weights or hitting the gym. I'm talking about natural, gentle activity. Walking, stretching, deep breathing. These actions may seem basic, but they're incredibly effective. They don't just benefit your heart or your joints. They play a direct role in keeping blood flowing through your pelvic region, which is absolutely necessary for maintaining a healthy, responsive penis. When you move your body, you stimulate your blood vessels to stay flexible and open. You also assist in flushing out waste products, the kind that tend to build up in areas with poor circulation. These waste products can harden soft tissues. including the delicate vessels that supply your penis. Over time, that stiffening makes it more difficult to get or maintain an erection, or to feel fully present in intimate situations. Even 5 to 10 minutes of light movement, spread a few times throughout your day, can have a noticeable effect. You're not just moving your body, you're preserving the function and vitality of what is arguably your most sensitive circulatory organ. And the best part is you don't have to treat this like a workout. You just need to keep things moving. A short walk after meals, light leg stretches while watching a show, or even slow breathing and pelvic tilts before bed. These small habits matter. So if you want to feel better, not just in the bedroom, but in your entire sense of vitality, start moving. Not with pressure or guilt, but with calm, steady commitment. This is about care, not performance. Are these men's health tips hitting home? Type 1 if they're useful, or 0 if you'd like different topics. Your input shapes what I cover next. Now, let's shift to the second part of your routine. Something just as crucial, yet rarely discussed. Supporting nerve sensitivity. As you age, the nerves responsible for pleasure, arousal, and physical response begin to lose a little speed and clarity. It's not that they stop functioning, it's more like the volume turns down slightly. But here's the hopeful part. They can be reawakened. They can be retrained. And that doesn't rely on past experience or learning. That's where gentle touch comes into play, not for arousal, but for reconnection. Think about warm baths that allow your body to soften into sensation. Think light massage over your lower belly, the inner thighs, or your buttocks. Not for stimulation, but for circulation and self-awareness. But whether you're circumcised or not, one thing stays true. The skin in that area is extremely thin, sensitive, and prone to dryness as you grow older. Applying a soft, fragrance-free moisturizer once or twice weekly or after a shower can protect that skin. It helps it remain soft, lowers the chance of cracking or discomfort, and helps you avoid that raw, tight sensation many men ignore until it becomes bothersome. If you're someone who sweats frequently or wears snug-fitting clothes, a light application of natural, talc-free powder can also minimize friction and irritation. But here's the most important rule. Treat this region with care. No harsh scrubbing, no perfumed soaps, no alcohol-based products. This isn't about making things look a certain way. It's about preserving function. When your skin is calm, clean, and consistently cared for, your nervous system registers safety. That sense of ease sends a signal to your brain, I'm safe here. And that's when your body becomes more responsive, more relaxed, and more confident. Your penis deserves the same thoughtful attention you might give to your face, your hands, or your eyes, not to impress others, but because it's yours and it matters. Daily movement, gentle stimulation, proper skin care. Consider applying a bit of natural oil or moisturizer with care, letting your skin and nerves remember they're still active, still meaningful. This kind of daily touch builds awareness. It sends messages to your brain that this part of you matters, that it's safe to feel, safe to connect, safe to exist fully within your body. That kind of relaxation opens up the pathway for better blood flow, improved sensation, and less tension overall. It begins to gently release the stress that silently builds up over time. You can also nourish your nerves from the inside out. Staying hydrated supports nerve function. Cutting down on alcohol helps reduce nerve damage. And getting enough B vitamins, particularly B12, helps maintain the protective layer around nerve fibers, allowing signals to move more clearly. The objective here isn't to push your body towards some imagined ideal of performance. The goal is to build conditions where your body feels secure, supported, and invited back into sensation. Because when that shift occurs, frustration fades, and in its place, you begin to rediscover genuine, meaningful intimacy, both with yourself and your partner. Now, let's cover something very simple yet frequently ignored: skincare and hygiene. This might not seem critical, but it can greatly impact your comfort, confidence, and long-term function. If you're uncircumcised, gently washing under the foreskin each day using warm water is absolutely essential. It helps prevent the build-up of bacteria or residue that could trigger irritation or infection. These aren't indulgences. They're essential forms of self-respect. And when practiced regularly, they help you feel more energized, more connected, and more in control. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. Finally, I want to discuss something just as vital: mindset. Because penis care isn't purely physical, it's emotional too. After 50, many men begin to carry silent worry about their performance, their libido, or whether they're still the man they once were. That anxiety shows up in your body as tension, hesitation, and self-doubt. But what if, instead of seeing your penis as something that's failing, you saw it as something trying to adjust? What if your job wasn't to fix it, but to support it, like a teammate or partner? When you meet your body with curiosity rather than pressure, your nervous system calms down. And once that happens, your body often responds better, more gently, more fully, and more consistently. Penis health tips aren't about perfection. They're about presence, about creating an environment where your health can continue to thrive. So take 5 minutes each day. Stretch, hydrate, stay warm, stay grounded, bring love home, and above all, stay connected. Because this part of you is still alive, still responsive, still worthy of your care. We love hearing from you. What part of today's video was most helpful? Your comments inspire us to keep creating tips for men's health and may help another man today. Share this with someone you care about, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next vital tip for living stronger, longer, and more confidently. Gentlemen, if this video gave you value for your health, confidence, or energy, you can now show your support in a special way. Just tap the thanks button below. Your appreciation helps me keep sharing powerful tips for men over 60, and I'm truly grateful for every single one of you.